my super, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, sister. I'm sure the high priestess is glad to see you this morning. Yes.
We need His strength and His greater strength in numbers.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Mommy shaking. Mommy. Yes, sir. What a glorious morning. May 31st, 2015, last day of the month. It's good to see all of your very stern, attentive, concerned, and understanding faces in the house this morning. La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. This morning, the lecture has to do with two things. One, the first part is taken from the Fahami Holy Catechism, chapter 1, question 1, entitled, Hear What Your Leader Says. What is Fahami? And the second part is a paper that Fahami High Priestess Lady Aliyah Wells wrote back in 1943, entitled The Power to Live. And we will see how what she had to say relates to question 1 of chapter 1 of Hear What Your Leader Says. She has some very pertinent things to say to our nation in the way that they should live their lives during these times of great upheaval and imbalance in the world. How we can come to a meeting of the minds, and how this meeting of the minds can bring our people to the proper mindset and action, thought, and implementation, which is another way of saying what we imagine is what we can materialize. the great question, what is fun? Very, very soon, this great question will begin to be asked and discussed around the world. Questions of a profound magnitude are already being spoke about at different locales, different places around the world. Questions concerning life, death, survival, people, nation, love, peace, and war, as it was in times past, as it is today. Only very soon, the word, the name Fahami, will start to be heard and used in connection with these questions. You don't hear that question being asked much outside of this temple right now. But in the very near future, you'll hear the name or word Fahami start to be used. Praise be unto God and the Fahami prophet. What is Fahami? It is understanding. What is understanding? It is the complete knowledge of the unseen powers that rule the world and all nature. Allah being the powers that created people and the world. Fahami is also the name of the new Negro or African American culture. The key word here is new, which in this case of Fahami carries with it several meanings. One being different. Fahami is new by being different from other cultures or religions. A new way of life Fahami brings to the Hamite Ethiopian nation. We must learn to live, to do things in a different way. Fahami is that way. Another is that it, meaning Fahami, is new because it requires change on behalf of its adherents. Some of our sisters and brothers are still saying and doing the same old things that they were engaged in before they came into the knowledge of Muhammad. This old culture, Christianity, has taught them an ideal that has done them no good. This culture is a European ideal that has fostered devious elements of thought and action on the behalf of our people, that has left them without the knowledge of the power to live. This new culture is an alchemistic, miraculous, divine culture to be used properly with correct knowledge and understanding of our noble ancestors. with the examination of our people, the Ethiopians, our ancestors. One will be enlightened to the understanding and realization of self. You become to understand who you are. The study of the science of things starts with their beginning, what they were and what they were called, their names. The origin of names is of vital importance to the education of the mind. For Hami is founded on the background of our ancestor worship. What were our ancestors called? What were their names? We Fahamis worship them with due reverence to the noble divine one. Due reverence. Their wisdom has provided the background for our studies and salats concerning self-attitude that we should have as guides to our people during these troubled times. We should carry ourselves in a way that will uplift our people, that will show them how they should conduct themselves in their daily lives. For Hami High Priestess Lady Aliyah Wells has offered to our nation a spiritual blueprint for life everlasting when she says, I would like to share this with you. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. She says, I have no greater love than my love for freedom and the liberation from all that is evil. I have nursed the desire that the souls of our noble and worthy ancestors find a body to live in today and complete their destiny. That we might, from this heritage, enjoy all the rights of like peoples in the world. We believe we are a blessed people to have the spirit of our Creator select one from among us to the position of Fahami Rasul, prophet of divine understanding and culture. To name us divinely, that we might be worthy to complete the destiny of our honorable dead. We consider the United States our holy city because we are law citizens. The end of discrimination is foreseen. Just as King Solomon was wise enough through simplicity and truth to solve the problems of many in his day, so is the solution to racial segregation and all discrimination here by the same source. I, through the grace of Almighty God, have the solution. The power of God is the same today as it was then. The holy minds of our great and holy dead have come to life through the worthy that live today. All these minds combined is Faham, which is culture and understanding. Collectively, they tell of a great future intelligence America would fail to help create a better future by renaming the spirits who find a living body today to live in scientifically and righteous. The sooner a person is named righteous and according to the spirit of Muhammad, a universal understanding will exist. The deeds of the righteous dead are completed. Holiness is to allow only holy persons' minds to possess the will of the living. Truly, those that died and were righteous shall live again through this process of holy brain surgery. Evil spirits of the past and evil spirits of today are death-bound. These spirits present in man today causes him to think and do evil. Therefore, their bodies shall die. For Muhammad calls to life only persons' souls that did great deeds. Therefore, those that did evil remain dead to the world. Discrimination is a sin that will retard life. The wrong suffered by us as a nation, a race, or group cannot be undone. The present and future are what matter. Such a creation as Muhammad will guide into all truth, and the outpouring of the Spirit of truth will find worthy bodies to exercise the will and do this understanding. The conscience of all mankind will gain in political intelligence and independence and unity and peace as fast as each individual accepts truth. Don't dodge it, accept it. Be not afraid. If we fail to justify the spirit our bodies house through the grace of God, we die. Justify your soul and live. I am feeding your thoughts and your spirits in order for you to live. Man cannot censor your thoughts, but you can. This is future intelligence, to recall to life only the word. This day you have the mystery of life, to name this body according to the spirit present and ruling at its birth is divine understanding. Only prophets of God are blessed to know. Let us not die for want of this wisdom today. The past has given us proof of what names can do or how they influence our willpower or desire to live. We are doves of peace because we too have unfinished worthy deeds to accomplish. I too have a peaceful solution for a great evil today. Surely, Sojourner Truth must be among the great ones, and her deeds will bring lasting effect in this righteous mind power to life. Listen, Marcus Garvey's soul came to life one day and filled my room with a wise truth. His words were interpreted because I could understand the meaning of his divine spirit. The divine understanding I received was my ship was as Noah's ark. I send you forth the dove of peace to end discrimination for my people and for my true followers, to cite a foundation that none will not fail to build upon. To cite this foundation will bring power and understanding. I have done my best, for honey is that foundation. Upon understanding, I will build. The dead cannot be punished because he had the power to send his holy thoughts back to earth. I am so glad. Through for honey, we are carrying on here in America and the world because of our religious liberty. Our noble American apostle spirits shall live in bodies worthy to carry on. This holy method of reincarnation shall abolish all discrimination. All sinful and evil minds shall not inherit the earth. For honey rebirth, you spiritually are holy, born again through understanding. This is our holy law. Righteousness leads us to the generation of the heart. And the great promise, which is the outpouring of a spirit that will guide into all truth. For honey is that spirit. The truth is in the power of a righteous man. For Honeyites are created to think equal, and what they birth are born equal. The discrimination suffered by the black race shall continue as long as they have names not related to a geographical location. African Americans who are intelligent would fight against calling the Negro a name other than the country of his origin. We are originally from Africa, so why shouldn't we carry African names? Why shouldn't we carry names that reflect our African American heritage? Or just call us an outright American with no other kind of discrimination attached. The people, no matter what race, that helped to abolish this by calling us righteously shall be blessed as the Egyptians were blessed when they acted upon the word of God as given to Jewish prophets. Free nations remain true to their own and respect all other people or nations that do likewise. The world does not respect a Chinaman as a Chinese if his name is Jacob, Moses, or Goldberg, nor does the world respect a Jew name from a Chinaman origin. All of these names are all right, but the Chinamen have prophets and saints of their own racial origin, names universally acknowledged and associated with a race that brings that people respect if collectively used. The black race, American born and some European born, have more wrong associated race names or spirit names than any other race in the world, and less respected by the races whose spirit they help keep alive. Give it back lawfully and end discrimination. We are not English. We are not French. We are not German. Give those names back and take up names that reflect your origin. Yes, we have some successful people named wrong, but they didn't know any better, and they died for lack of keeping their own saints, virgins, and prophets' names alive. A miracle for the worthy to understand. Our own spirits expect love and respect, and their knowledge of death will be yours to control. So you see, renaming the Negro back to his original name is the resurrection of our own worthy ancestors' spirits or deeds of greatness to be finished today. Because we have not before had this knowledge causes us to act as a bucket of crabs. One tries to escape this mind bondage, and others fight to keep him named Negro. Don't be such a mental slave. Your mind is free now, except for honey, and your mind will remain free. To reject for honey is to not respect yourself and acknowledge your desire for discrimination. Rejoice, O my black, mulatto, and brown-skinned people, because your Creator has not forsaken you. Do not fight this understanding. It is God's greatest gift to a minority group unjustly named and treated through ignorance and lack of understanding. God Almighty's gift to a downtrodden group is a prophet or man of divine understanding. Prophets through the ages have always understood the problems that baffled wise men. Now let your cultural prophet change your name. Thus the same divine privilege is given our leader as was given Abram when he changed his wife's name from Sarai to Sarah. That is how he was the father of many nations. Those that did not change their names remained what they were, and where they were his, and they stayed and they remained their kin, though in bondage. To give your creator back these two gifts, he has sent to unveil truth that will cause others to respect us is a terrible sin punishable by death. I am no wiser because of my righteous heritage than you if you acknowledge to yourself that the ancient Ethiopians are your ancestors, and you will accept Muhammad as the angel of understanding. The ancient Ethiopians founded the religion and culture of Islam long before the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. The people of Islam were called Islamites and Salamites from the Ethiopian word Salam, meaning peace, long before Muhammad perfected Islam spiritually. By a later period, we were called Islamites by the Jews. Then, as the Holy Bible reads, Jacob was called Israel to free him from an Ishmaelite name. I hope you treasure the message I bring with permission from the Most High God and Creator of all things. I die if you don't believe. The way of all the others with a divine message before me to exist only in your minds and come again when enough minds create me, because God so pleases to give to the world another message bringer with a solution for the problem of the world. If you want only my soul and not my body and soul, you die for your careless thinking. The word today is so protected. Therefore, I tell you, censor your thoughts for world peace, likewise, and obtain a better future. I trust my life's secret to you creates a Fahami future. Collective thinking like this will be rewarded by life in this created new world. God is the same as manifested to the true in heart and mind of old. I give you the necessary knowledge for a happy life. Be fruitful and multiply in the name of Farhan for an intellectual and cultural life shelter for the divine spirits or soul for man, created and born in various races to God's own desire. I only ask you to keep an open mind until this divine inspiration is proven. Give me enough of your time and you shall see. Salam.